Another day, another dollar. We are currently at the... Actually, I don't know where the boss has sent me today. Where are we? We are currently at the Iron Ore Mine West. Okay, so look at all the jobs we've got. What does the boss want us to do today? He's laid these out, so we can either take a logistical haul or a freight haul. Ooh, let's take the one with the most money. So what we're going to be doing is delivering iron ore to the steel mill. Where's the steel mill? So what we'll have to do is we'll have to go up, down. That's just backtracking on ourselves. So keep going through the food factory in town. Take a right, down, then another right, then a straight, and continue all the way down to the steel mill. Okay, let's take this route, and then let's find out where we're going to have to be.
Once upon a time, there was a railway. A railway with lots of trains, people and jobs. The railway helped sustain most of the country and was the heart of the land. Then, one fateful day, the railway had to close. Nobody knows the reason as to why the railway closed. There were rumors, of course, one that the line was haunted, but there were other rumors that the owners just no longer wanted it. But no one ever found out the truth. This brings us up to the present day, where the railway line now has a new owner and has one employee, who you are about to meet. Together, their mission is to restore the railway to its former glory. It won't be easy, but together we will join them on this mission. This is Derail Valley.
Okay, so we're currently stood at B60 and our carts are all the way over there. The train has already been set up for us by the boss today, so there's no need to start it up. And all the licenses and the fees that we have to pay have been paid off. So the boss has done us a good solid there. So what we're going to have to do is get the train rolling. Not too fast so we can brake. And then we'll have to back it up into this track, isn't it? I believe it's this track. We'll figure it out once we get there, but it's one of these two here. Considering it's iron ore we're taking, I'm going to presume it's this track right here. But we'll just double check that before we take the train. We don't want to be delivering the wrong things. The boss would kill us if we did that and probably take it out of our paycheck. And I don't earn enough to be able to pay all that back. So oil level's good, brake pressure's good, fuel's good, and so is the sand. Let's begin our braking process. Don't want to come in too hot. We're going to want to come up all the way to this signal here. Brake a little bit too hard. Whoops. Okay. So let's just double check. 60 is that one. Okay. We're going to the right track. Let's begin to back her up. let's turn a torch on so we can see. Got to hook up the brakes. Turn that one on. Let's just go back through and make sure everything is coupled properly, which, by the looks of things, the last driver who took it here left them all coupled. But always got to double check just in case. I believe that's the last car. Yep. Right. We can get going to the steel mill now. Beginning our route, or route, however you want to say it. Okay. Pedaling forward. Obviously have the headlights on. What's the brake pressure like? It's all good. Let's pick up some speed. We're not too heavy today. We're weighing in at 430 tons when this DE2, I called it the DE6 last time and my boss corrected me. This is the DE2. Can pull at 600 tons. So we're quite well under the threshold. So we're going to the steel mill. When we get to the steel mill, we're going to be doing the A61. So let's start picking up some speed. Struggling a little bit, so we're going to give her a little bit more power. We've got to be careful not to overheat the temperature on the engine, because that could be bad. And I'll be honest, I've forgotten my training on what to do if the engine overheats, so we'll have to get the user guide out from somewhere here. I forgot the user guide. Oh well. So it's about an 80 round here, but I think we're going uphill. Let's give it all we've got, just to pick up a little bit of speed. Keeping an eye on our temperature. So I think this is about as fast as we're going to go. But whilst we're here, let's just take a look at our route. So we're going to go up, winding down. So we've got quite a ways to go with this heavy load. So in the meantime, what I'm going to do, I'm going to look at the station map. The boss gave me a station map, and it is kind of confusing. So where are we going? We're going to A61. Where's A? But regardless... Oh yeah, that's dark outside. This is a very long tunnel. And we're beginning to lose speed, so I'm going to have to give it a little bit more oomph. This is a very long tunnel that we're going through right now. Just double check the brake is off, both of them, which it is. Got a fire extinguisher just in case. The engine is working overtime, as you can see, and I don't see the end of the tunnel anywhere. So we're going to want to keep an eye on that, because our engine temperature is slowly creeping up, which isn't very good, honestly. We need to keep that engine temperature down. There's 80 along here. Like, maybe if we were able to pull 2 trains along with this, because you are able to do that. If I come to the front of the train without falling off, there should be like a blue thing dangling either on the front or it's on the back. jump across the train. Yeah. So this bit here, we need the multiple unit license in order to actually use multiple trains. And and the boss hasn't granted us permission to use that just yet, or hasn't even told us about that just yet. So you never know, it might come soon, it might not, depending on how much money we make for the boss. Oh, we've just got an alert saying that our engine is beginning to overheat, so we're going to have to take down the how much throttle we're using. We've got the fan on full. I'm not sure if the fan is helping to keep the engine cool. There's not really much of a guide on the fan at the moment. The boss hasn't really said much. He just kind of said, don't forget to use your cab light, your headlights, your horn, your throttle, your brakes, and obviously the reverser and stuff, and how to turn the engine on. He didn't really go through sand, bell, the fan, and when to use it all. He just kind of went, here's a train, get on with it. I have a license and all, but not for this particular train. It's a little bit of a different layout than I'm used to. But the boss is a good guy. I see light. We're out of the tunnel and we're about to enter a new tunnel, and we're actually picking up some speed, but our engine is massively overheating. So I had to let it speed us up just a little bit because we are going up a hill before I release the throttle. The last thing we need is to be completely stopping on a hill. So now that's cooled down our engine a little bit. Let's increase the throttle again. Boss has talked about getting another driver in at some point as well to help out doing some deliveries, making us some more money, because the last job went really successfully and he's really quite happy with the way this train is working, and he's hoping to get some more of the trains up and running very soon, which is going to be exciting. And it'll be exciting to get a new driver, but we're not sure about that one just yet. And holy moly, look at that view. This is like our third tunnel that we're now coming up to. We're nowhere near Steel Mill at the moment. We've got a very, very long ways to go yet. So let's see if we can pick up some speed. It's an 80 through here. So let's see if we can pick up some speed now and get going. However, the sights are very, very beautiful. I am very much enjoying what we get to see. The boss definitely picked a very good railway to use. And I don't understand why this was used for so long. You know, there were rumours that, you know, this railway got haunted and the owners just kind of went, no. There are other rumours that, you know, someone died on the tracks and unfortunately the owners just couldn't afford to keep the railway running and, you know, it lost its reputation and everything like that. There are other rumours that the owners just no longer wanted the hassle of running a railroad. Which is a shame, really, because I think it would have been beautiful to come on this railway in its prime. The boss and me have sat down and discussed a few ideas that he wants to do with the railway line, and that, you know, I've kind of pitched a few ideas to him that he's toying with at the moment. We'd like to get passenger lines back up and running, which I think it's going to be difficult to do, but very doable. You know, we're going to have to get quite a bit of money before we can think about doing that, because we've got to sustain ourselves within this industry first. Because again, you know, this is only our second job on the railway line. But we will get there eventually, I reckon. I have much faith in us as a railway line and as a team, especially if we bring on a second person on board. That would be absolutely smashing. That's what I say anyway. So I found where I chucked the guide for Derail Valley, and this is the guide that the boss gave me when I first joined. So it goes through all the train basics, how to find a job, where he puts the jobs for us, how to accept the job, how to kind of unload and load cargo when we do that, which I believe is could be one of these jobs, or it's logisticals. I can't remember exactly what the boss has said. Let's just take the throttle down because we are massively overheating the engine there. Obviously, there's fees that the boss have mentioned to us, well, to me, but, you know, we've got insurance that we have to pay, we've got fee tolerance, we have to service these vehicles, so hopefully we can keep this vehicle tip-top condition. I mean, the boss was talking about servicing this vehicle at some point, giving it a repaint and making sure the engine just runs a little bit smoother. That would be good. So you've got licenses that the boss will give us as we go on. We've got item management, which the boss has put like lost and found and dumpsters all over the place, just in case we have items that we don't need anymore. You know, like the job completions, but the job completions go to the boss so he can log it all. We're now going downhill, so I'm just going to put all that there. We've got shops we can buy things from, scattered locations, and that's all the pages. So I was just having a bit of a read through of all of those, which is quite nice. We're picking up a little bit of speed now because I believe we're going downhill, so we've got to apply a little bit of braking because we are very heavy. And this, even though this is an 80-mile-an-hour track, or 80 kilometers an hour, should I say? Sorry, I'm English. It's still taking me a little bit of time to get used to, you know, living with kilometers an hour, but we'll get there. I'm actually going to have to apply some train braking as well. But we'll get there. I think I applied too much brake then, but that's okay. I'd rather apply too much brake than too little brake and run off the tracks. I'm sure it's bound to happen at some point. I just hope it doesn't happen whilst I'm on shift. I consider myself a very careful driver. Okay, so we're speeding up a little bit more than what that can handle right now. So apply a little bit of braking. A lot more braking. We're going to run ourselves off the track otherwise. Thank you very much. Got to avoid all of this. That's okay. I can turn the brakes off now. We don't want to wear down the brakes too much. We also don't want to come through here too quickly. We don't want to blaze through here, because otherwise bad things can happen. We're currently at the food factory in town, so we're going to come up on the second junction very shortly. But let's increase some power again.